Okay, folks, this is Kellen Riley with another YouTube commentary. We're gonna spectate Charon again, and this time we're gonna maybe have them play as the Celts. I'm not sure. I don't think the Celts get, let's see, Celts, I don't think they get camels, so we'll make sure not to use strategy 153. Oh, that's loud. Man, them bagpipes. The Irish folk, they can play a tune or two on the bagpipes. What's happening? Oh, I forgot to select the AI. Mistakes. Mistakes were made in the making of this video. Alright, so Charon. There we go. Alright, boys. We're on the steps of Ireland. Let's see, what kind of map are we gonna get? I know there's snowy map. Boats and transports needed. Oh, what map are we on? Scandinavia. Does Scandinavia have a lot of water? Let's do 154 and see what it does. I'll use my archer strategy. Alright.
Quit touching me!
We skipped out on the camels. Thankfully. I did remember that 153 equates to the camel strat. And this is the Celts, folks. And I don't know if you know this or not, but I don't think the Celts ride camels. I think they're a bit better on horseback. Not sure if I offended anybody by saying that, but if that's the case, then so be it. We'll move on. I have like a lot of ideas for like troll AIs, you know. There's of course the good old Persian delete your town center and rebuild it in your enemy's base strat, right? I think there are some AIs some well-crafted AIs that actually can do that strat better than I could execute with my mouse and keyboard, so. For some reason, StarCraft is in my brain, right? I downloaded the StarCraft Battle.net and StarCraft, you know, and there's some YouTuber out there, like some professor of computer science, where he guides you through the Brood War API. And the Brood War API, I think, is a C++ API that you would use to control AI players in StarCraft Brood War. So I'm just going to make a note of that, you know. Maybe explore Bwappy. That's the name for it, Bwappy. I'm an Age of Empires 2 fan at heart, but StarCraft is one of my many gaming loves. Team Fortress 2 being another. Like, I'm an old fan of Muselk. Muselk? How do you pronounce his name? But anyways, he does funny Team Fortress 2 content. Maybe he still does that. I'm not really sure. My concept of time has been a bit smashed. Right now I can only really focus on what's directly in front of me. The future and the past is, well, it's here and it's gone. Look at all these wood choppers.
Kia?
They really hate this tree. This one too.
Hello.
We are not tree huggers here. Age of Empires 2 players, they mercilessly chop down the forest. Sometimes they even sell the lumber that they've gathered for gold. That's just the way of the world, you know. In medieval times, you just chop on that wood until there's none left. I made a trip into the food shelf with my brother today, and I scored some Folgers coffee, which I'm very excited about. I had been relying on this freeze-dried coffee packets that come out of the military rations, the MREs, right? I'm one of those guys who buys MREs. and they're pretty fun, you know. You crack them open, you got a bunch of stuff, you got matches, you get, sometimes you get a mini Tabasco flavor, a mini bottle of Tabasco. That's pretty cool, right? But anyways, we're just gonna watch this AI do its thing. It's going for an archer strat, this much we know. Where's this lumberjack going? Oh, over here. Okay, that's cool. It's the Age of Kings AI, folks. This is the best it gets. There's plenty to be critical about. Yes, yes. That thought has entered my mind. Charon knows that the enemy is researching the feudal age. That's pretty smart of it, right? I think it derives that from the score because there'll be like a change in the computer player's score when it's researching feudal age, so it actually knows that the computer's going up, which is pretty cool. That's sort of like a reverse engineering process, right? You see the score and then you derive from that what you can based on the score, like, oh, his score just jumped. Yep, he's going to feudal for sure. And that's one thing about this AI scripting stuff that's sort of fascinating, is all the reverse engineering that's gone into it, right? Like, we see the game from on the surface, and people have worked their way back, like, into the code. Like, they know where certain memory addresses are, like what's stored there. And my suspicion is that they use something like Cheat Engine to derive that information, but I mean, it's so cool that Age of Empires 2, the original game, shipped with its own scripting language. And one of my buddies was over and he said, yeah, it's based on Clips. And I don't know what Clips is, but apparently it's, you know, it's been used in industry. Not just gaming, but I think medical industry as well. So it's sort of cool, you know. You have this set of stuff that you get with the game, and then you work your way back into how the game actually works. That's reverse engineering for you. And I really have a lot of people, I really have a lot of respect for people who can reverse engineer hardware. Like, they can take apart a piece of hardware and know how it's working internally. You know, at a certain stage, the computer is just a black box, you know. You feed it inputs, and it produces outputs, right? That's the way I think about the computer. I don't really go much deeper than, oh, you know, this is the computer is now using the third level of the memory hierarchy, right? I've got that book, the, oh, what's it called? It's on my shelf here. Computer Organization and Design by Patterson and Hennessy, and that, really a great book. He also has a great YouTube video interview he did with, oh, I can't remember his name. Anyways, there's this programmer who does interviews with other programmers, and David Patterson was the guest. And David is so good at peeling back the layers of software in a way that you can understand. It really helps you feel like you actually have a shot at understanding this stuff, you know. You write in a high-level language like C, it goes into a compiler, and then the machine instructions get produced. Maybe the assembly language is an intermediary step, and then the actual instructions for the program. And then it boils down to ones and zeros that the processor recognizes, and it knows what to do with, let's say, an add command or a multiply command, right? But then you get into graphics, and it's like, you know, massively parallel stuff, and that's where I start getting pretty lost. But this is Age of Empires 2, right? I have thought about making my own RTS in the past. This was when I was a lot more ambitious and a lot younger. You know, I thought about making some sort of real-time strategy game that was like Age of Empires 2. And then one day I realized, why would I make my own game when there's this game that's already been established and is very moddable, right? So it just doesn't make any sense to build your own like real-time strategy game from the ground up if there's already something that fits that niche, right? And Age of Empires 2 is definitely a niche, you know. Definitely, definitely scratching my itch for the Age 2, you know. And I'm obsessed, I'll admit that. I'm obsessed, I'm addicted, but, you know, we all have our habits that we're obsessed with or addicted with, and, Age of Empires 2, you know, sitting down, doing some commentary on this stuff, keeps me sane, I think. Problem is, I'm one of those people who can talk themselves into insanity, so we'll see if the paddy wagon shows up tonight and ferries me off to the psych ward, where I will, I'll prop up my mattress and start practicing some Muay Thai. Who knows where this night will end up, right? Or I could have like a severe crash and be very depressed for the next few months. That's how it goes when you have bipolar type 2. Still not quite sure what the difference between type 1 and type 2 is. I think type 2 is like longer periods of mania and longer periods of depression. That's all I've been able to figure out from those different diagnoses. And to be 100%, sometimes I look at like a mental diagnosis. There's a bunch of words on the page that describe it, and I'm like, okay, I definitely am falling into this, you know. Then you have to admit that you have a disorder, and that can be really challenging. You know, when I was young, it was really hard for me to accept that I had schizoaffective. And it wasn't like just one day I accepted I had schizoaffective and started doing things differently to manage that illness. It was a slow process where like I slowly accepted who I was and started to regain some confidence in myself, you know. It was a slow build up. What the problem is, like, there's these episodes of Mania where I get really charged up, really ambitious, and I may be in one of those moods now, but if that's the case, all I can do is roll with it and chat over the topics of Age of Empires 2, right? Not hurting anybody by doing this.
Enemy sighted!
And, you know, I'm one of those people who's, over the past few years, gotten in touch with their dark side, right? You know, the death stuff. We can get into that, right? For right now, I accept that one day I will be ashes in an urn, and I'm okay with that for now.
I'll take it.
But of course, I'm saying that while being a living being, right? When I'm on the precipice of death, you know, who knows how I'm going to react? Am I going to be like a crazy, agitated person in the hospice who nobody wants to be around, right? Because, I mean, there is a certain point where somebody is so depressed that it literally, like, you get sick just being around them, right? And I've been one of those folks who is so negative. I could find flaw in everything that I was witnessing, seeing, observing, feeling. Flaws with myself, flaws with others, right? But nowadays, you know, sometimes I see fault with others, but I just let it slide, right? It's not something I always have to commentate on. It's just a little mental note like, oh, that person, you know, they were a little mean today, but they were a little mean to me today, but it's nothing to take personally, right? In the next few minutes or the next few hours, I can try to figure out how to work with this person to try and improve my mental state. And if we don't get there, we don't get there, right? At the end of the day, sometimes you have an argument with a family member or something, and you just both go your separate ways, and that's that, right? But at least you let people know where you stand. And that's one thing I'd like to be better at, is being a bit more, being better at standing up for myself when I feel like I'm being targeted or attacked, right? But that's, again, it's complicated because feeling that way can be caused by just paranoia. But anyways, we're seeing Charon go up to the Castle Age. It's also producing some archers. So it is following the strat we specified. There's a few fallow fawns over here. That's another word that Age of Empires 2 taught me. Fallow. Let's look it up. Sorry if this interrupts the gameplay, but let's look up fallow. Whoop. The goal of fallowing is to allow the land to recover and store organic matter while retaining moisture and disrupting pest life cycles and soil-borne pathogens. So that's cool. It's not like you don't learn anything when you watch Age of Empires 2, right? Because it's sort of like it's like an amalgamation. I'm not sure if I'm using that word correctly or pronouncing it correctly. It's like an amalgamation of a lot of different aspects of just like running a civ, right? You have your villagers, and you build your farms, and you build your barracks, and you advance through the ages. You slowly improve your technology, and eventually you conquer at the end of the day, and it's like, alright, well, time to play another match. That's the cycle. Seeing lots on gold, so that would make sense for an archer strat. Looks like we're faced up against the Mongols and the Turks. The Turks' name is Alp Arslan.
Monk! I need a monk!
Tamerlane. Did research crossbow, so that's good. And it looks like these archers are moving to defend the town. So that's interesting, right? Padded archer armor research complete. And I've seen Charon slowly expand its town size, and whoop, I hear some arrows. Looks like red is intruding with a barracks here. So we'll see how red responds to this attack. If it comes at us with swordsmen, it's gonna be in trouble. Not sure if I'm getting myself into trouble by drinking coffee this late, but it is what it is, and I shall let it slide. I shall give myself some grace. So this is a nice looking little town here, right? Everything's like nice and put together. We can listen to the arrows fly through the air. It's a bit loud. Let's see what's going down. Just a couple lumberjacks.
Kia?
Here's the monk, you know, making sure that the opponents can't win by relic. It's so interesting. It's sort of like Age of Empires 2 is like a level above chess, right? You have chess, which is a game of strategy, and there's so many different openings and different ways that people play that game. But then you have Age of Empires 2, where there's an economy, there's a whole military branch, there's a trading and sending each other resources and, you know, chatting silly messages. And looks like this barracks is going to go down. Red has not responded with any military action. Hey, snipe that scout. I wonder if Charon researches thumb ring. I'm really not sure what thumb ring does. I'm sure that the Spirit of the Law, he has some great YouTube content on what all the different technologies actually do. And, you know, sometimes the game menus aren't the most honest source of information when it comes to what an upgrade does.
Kid?
I really wonder how these monks carry these huge relics, you know. This must be 50 or 60 pounds worth of relics right there. And it's like, you know, maybe it's a cloth of Jesus's robe or something. A piece of the true cross. That's actually like an item or an object in the Age of Empires 2 scenario editor. A piece of the true cross is like a special relic. Building up some monks. We got some monk action. That's pretty cool. Things are very quiet at home. And the soldiers are on the front doing the damage. I wonder what this left parentheses is doing there. Is there supposed to be a right parentheses too? I'm not sure. Sometimes, you know, scripting will drive you crazy because matching up parentheses can be a challenge depending on what mindset you're in. So this market's gonna burn down. I will say one thing I'm envious of Charon is it does a really good job balancing its economy, right? This is a really good balanced economy. Look at, we've got plenty of archers behind our economy, so, you know, a lot more fine-grained tuning of how the economy works in the Charon script than in my scripts. Like, my scripts are pretty dumb. It's like, if I'm in the feudal age, just send some people to food, wood, and gold, right? And then my wood bank gets a lot of whack because I always send way too many over to gather wood. Just a habit though, you know. It's a habit I can break by watching how other AIs distribute their resources. So it looks like the Charon here was pretty satisfied with burning down a barracks on a market, and now it's just gonna go back to town. And you gotta love the little details of Age of Empires 2, right? Like these archers, they've got the little boots on, and they got their tunics, and they got their crossbows. And let's see what they do now. More monks being created. Charon is really eating up the relics. Let's see, how many do we have so far? We're gonna have 4. Oh, we got this one archer pecking away. Oh, I didn't notice this tower. That's pretty interesting. These villagers are actually attacking this tower and bringing it down. One thing the AI doesn't really do that well is research murder holes. Like, this one tower could, you know, it could defeat quite a few villagers. But this is so interesting. Bam! Tower down. Well done, Red. That's like a move you see like an actual human player make. The humans, you know, they know how to use their villagers on the front lines if necessary, so... And so does the AI, apparently. Charon says wood panic. That's interesting. It chatted to itself wood panic. Man, I don't know what the opposing forces are going to do about this blob of archers, right? The best we can hope for from green or red is it brings out some cavalry or mangonels, because this is quite a force of archers, right? This is a force to be reckoned with. Oh, Siege Workshop went up. Let's see, where did that happen? Oh, it even goes fishing. Wow, look at that. It's doing some water play, right? Scandinavia has this water on the backsides, so that's pretty cool. University coming up. Here's the Siege Workshop. Looks like rams are coming out. Rams are a great supplement to archers, for sure. And And it's not just infantry that you can put inside of rams, you can also put archers. You can basically put any foot soldier in there, so pikes you could put in, that's popular. Archers you can put in, that's popular. I wonder if skirms can actually go under rams. Probably, if archers can go in, right? Look at this. Look at this semicircle. Burn it down. Oh man, we collected all the relics too, so we might get a relic victory here. It's so funny how the AI is targeting the town center, but it's not harming any of the villagers, right? These gold miners are in the midst of enemies, and they aren't doing jack shit about it. We've almost formed a complete circle. Oh, down go the farms. I think this guy caught some flack from the arrow fire. What about this guy? Yeah, it looks like he took some arrow fire too. the only hope we have for killing the opponent's villagers is collateral damage. And here come the rams. Here come the monks. Man, Charon is pulling out all the stops. My feeling is it's gonna not capture this missionary. Yeah, he's gonna get shot down before that happens. Look at this force of archers. I mean, this is just crazy, right? Oh, and here comes a ram, just to pester Green. Green was quite late to the castle age, even for a standard AI, so I wonder what it's doing. We could Marco Polo and check it out, but I'm no cheater. I'm not gonna abandon a win by Charon just because I wanted to see what the AI was up to, right? We're just gonna view things from Charon's perspective and see how it acts. We're being attacked by Green. Let's see. Swordsman came out. Really take down this battering ram before the battering ram takes down the market. Looks like Green went for skirms and archers, which would be a good composition against the archers, but look at all these archers, right? There's just so many. And what's this going up? A market? Okay. Stop working on insecure buildings. Ask for assistance. So here we're going to get to see a bit of the bonus damage that skirms do to archers, but my feeling is that these archers are just going to overwhelm Green. We got a wolf in here, it's caused some damage. Ask for assistance. I don't know how to ask. Is the AI asking for assistance from me? Or assistance from an ally? I'm not really sure. This wolf has seen it all. This wolf has seen civilizations come and go. And, what is this? This is very strange. Just saw a message. I saw Charon chat to itself some strange symbols. Look at this, we got 1 man-at-arms in on the action. Activating attack now to engage enemy. Okay. Alright. I like it. What does this stuff mean? Wow, Charon goes to Imperial Age. Off one town center. It's pretty nice, right? Pretty cool stuff. I'm really tempted to roll up a smoke here, and I think I will. Maybe Charon will win in the meantime. I mean, look at this score. Monstrous, really. Archers are attacking, trying to counter with spearmen. Do we see it building spears? Not right away, but maybe that's more of like a long-term thing. Anyways, time to smoke up. So I'm back. Feeling a bit like Kid Rock, you know, he has that song, Cowboy Baby, with the top deck, let back in the sunshine shining. Whoop. There I am again with the accidental nether plant. Same shit happened last video. I bumped my ashtray and set a gather plant by accident. Just target this villager. I think what I'll do is bump it up to moderate difficulty next time, because the moderate computer actually will attack enemy villagers. Whoa. That's cool. Charon is actually deleting villagers to make room for more military. Where are these villagers being deleted from? I don't see many dead bodies on the battlefield, so... Oh! Green's gonna get a kill. Good job, Green. Alright folks, this is probably enough for me for the time being. I will sign off, and I'll chalk this up as a win for Charon. Not really interested in watching it play all the way through because it has a commanding lead, so... But, yeah, if you want to, you can download this AI yourself and play it yourself, right? You just need to know how to extract the AI folders, or the AI, the .per scripts, into your AI folder. There's lots of YouTube videos that explain, like, oh, for Definitive Edition, here's where the AI game folders are, right? So, if you want to watch Charon play all the way through, you can do that yourselves. Really impressed, you know. Really strong, nicely balanced eco, really strong archer push with rams behind it. Awesome. Okay, folks. It's been fun. Thanks and bye.